Hi, I'm Zena Garrison, and you're listening to Brothers on Tennis.
Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? This your boy Isaac,
And this is your boy Bryce.
and we are Brothers on Tennis. And guess what, folks? We are in that special month, the month of August, where things all began last year, man. Bryce, how about this, man? 1 year, we've gotten man, we've done a lot of things in this year, right, bruh?
This has been, and this is just speaking honestly from the heart. When we set out to do this last year, I think we kind of had in our minds what would constitute, a good first year.
Yep.
And I think with everything that has happened in this year, and you put, the coronavirus on top of it,
Right.
if you would have told us we would have interviewed Zena Garrison, Chanda Rubin, Katrina Adams, we'd be working with Locker Room, we'd have over 60 episodes, we would have interviewed Craig Shapiro, and we would have been to the US Open, and we would have merchandising up on our website. I think we would have said, yeah, we'll take that.
Exactly. First of all, I'd have been like, man, please, we ain't gonna get all that done. And now I'm like, oh yeah, we'll definitely take that, man. And man, I tell you what, Bryce, and I know that you feel the same way. There is absolutely no way that we could have gotten to this point without having some incredible fans and listeners of Brothers on Tennis. Man, they are just absolutely incredible, and it's just growing by the day. It gives me chills, man.
Yeah, they're the heart and soul of what we do. And, we were even fortunate to do a couple of interviews with our fans earlier in the year. We had Marsha Douglas on, and she gave us the whole spin of tennis and coming up in Jamaica and having a coaching dad. And then, of course, we had my mom.
Mama Nancy.
Mama Nancy, and she came and gave us the old school view of
Yes.
tennis and gave a nice spin to that. So, yeah, our fans are everything. Without our listeners, without our supporters, we don't really have much of a product.
Exactly. So, folks, what we decided we were going to do to just show a little bit of love to the fans, given our anniversaries here, we decided to kind of reach out and get some of our what we're calling super fans, to kind of give us some perspective on themselves and Brothers on Tennis, and and just have a little bit of fun. So this is what we're calling our fan appreciation episode. So Bryce, anything you want to say on that before we jump in?
No, I'm just very, very excited to talk to both of them because they have been engaged. One of them since our pilot days, and the other one is probably our strongest social media fan. So I'm glad to introduce them to the rest of the world.
All right, man. You want to go ahead and jump on in?
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah, folks, we've got our first guest, and I am so excited to bring this young lady onto the mic. We've got our first fan, Miss Karima. Hey, Karima, how you doing?
Hey there, fellas. Bryce
Mr. Goody
and
Good,
Isaac.
you doing okay?
Yes, I'm doing well, thank you.
Awesome. Bryce.
Happy to be here.
Well, welcome aboard. I know, Bryce, I'll go ahead and let you do introductions with Miss Karima.
Well, I'll just say first of all, I'm glad to know her name is Karima because I've been calling her Butter 1224 for like 6 months.
Yes. And I've been like, all right, maybe I should tell them what my name is.
So I am glad to know that it is Karima, and just for the sake of our listening audience today, Karima, can you tell us like where you're located in the country, and a little bit about yourself?
Okay, yeah, sure. So I live in New York, and I'm originally from New York, but I was raised in Arizona. I know, pretty weird in that way, but it all works. So I moved back to New York after college, yada yada yada, and I'm a payroll accountant, and I work in TV and film. So
Nice.
that's what I do.
Okay, that explains the broadcasting voice you have.
I pay people. Listen, I'm not in front of the camera. I'm all behind the scenes, and I pay everyone. So there that is.
You should be in front of the microphone.
You absolutely. I mean, come on. You got the voice, you got the look. You could do it. You could do it all, Karima.
Listen,
come on
I
now.
Appreciate it, because life is a stage and I am a star. Okay. At least that's what I have to tell myself. There you go.
So obviously you're very adept with social media, because on Instagram you are our number one fan. We always appreciate all the reposts you do for us and the shout outs of our stories, and you always engage into the comments. So we want to say thank you. We appreciate you, and we actually in meetings sometimes bring up things that you say or you've mentioned. Some of our audience may not know. We did a whole episode based on one of your suggestions. You suggested we do a review of Tsonga and Monfils.
Yes. Listen, I remember that. I love those fellas. But I appreciate it. I love, not retweeting because I'm not on Twitter right now. I'll get back into that later on this year, I think. But I like to promote positive things, and I just love y'all because y'all are just hilarious to me. But you speak my language when it's about tennis. So I'm just happy to be able to find y'all and to be able to spread your work.
Oh, well, we appreciate that, Karima. I mean, again, we just enjoy you and love the interaction that we've had with you. And I guess one of the first things that I feel like we should share with the audience is, how did you actually become familiar with Brothers on Tennis?
So back in October, I think, clearly because I'm following other tennis stuff on Instagram, and I think that I saw y'all a picture or something related to tennis, and I saw Brothers on Tennis. So I was like, let me click on here. So then I saw all the postings, and then I found that y'all had a podcast. So I was like, well, let me see what they're about. And from there, I've been a fan, because like I said earlier, y'all were speaking to me. Just that's how I watch tennis and get involved, and I'm screaming at the TV, just like how y'all are taking down and what's happening during the match, the things y'all are saying on your podcast. That's what I'm saying to the TV. So I like these guys, and the fact that y'all are African American. Don't get a lot of that who are tennis fans. So for me, I was completely sucked in by that as well. Because I was like, oh, people like me are liking tennis just as much as me, So I just clamored to that. So that's my story, how I found y'all.
Well, I tell you what, hearing that makes us feel so good, because honestly, that was one of the main reasons we created this podcast. And you probably heard us say in other podcasts that we felt like there was an underserved market in the tennis audience. People like us, people that kind of talk like us, that think like us. You don't see that represented in the media of tennis.
Right.
And so it sounds like that was something that really connected with you, something that really appealed to you about, our show.
Definitely. Because like I said, look, two brothers out there talking tennis, I'm signing up. And then when I found y'all and saw, I was like, oh, they have done tons of episodes. I said, okay, they are about this business. So, and until this day, I'm just like, when we can get back out there, just know I am going to find you guys. We will be at a match together at some point, just so you know.
Oh yeah, and we cannot wait for that, Karima. We cannot wait to meet you in person and hang out with you because it's going to be a lot of fun. And you were talking about that until we can kind of get back out there. Now tell us this, Karima. Are you a player of the sport of tennis, or do you just watch tennis, or how do you embrace this great sport of ours?
Well, I've never been a player. My mom, she started playing later in life. And so she was watching tennis a lot. And so that's how I really was introduced to it and started watching it way back when. So I am just a super fan of tennis. And so
Nice.
I am out there, okay? Not playing, but watching. So
Well, okay. So let's talk as a spectator now. Since you've listened to a bunch of our episodes, you know who we follow. You know who our peoples are.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
who are your people? Who do you follow? Who do you follow? You know, need to hear this.
Well, no. Okay, y'all already know the Williams sisters. That hands down. Can't anybody touch them? Okay. No. So they're just like in a class of their own. And seeing how I brought up Monfils and Tsonga, I enjoy watching those two because they just have this energy. Even though Tsonga's going to let me down at every single turn. And I just want to will him to the win. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But those two, Gael Monfils and Tsonga, their energy, everything that they're doing on the court, I just enjoy. And I know y'all know that I like Djokovic. I do. And I like Djokovic, prior to his COVID situation.
Because you know he was going to bring that up to me.
I know.
You know.
Listen, he can't even get away from it because Nick Kyrgios is on him like white on rice. But, because he was like the underdog. Like he wasn't going to get past Federer. He wasn't going to get past Nadal. So I liked him in that role, and he just fought. So I cheered hard when he finally broke through. But now I gotta, set Djokovic to the side for a little bit. You just gotta be over there on the side. But I found that I truly started to appreciate Andy Murray. Now before, Andy Murray was a whiner to me, and I was just like, Andy, you look like you ain't washed in days, and I haven't for shit. So, but watching Andy and hearing how he speaks about the women's game and our issues and it being equal, and he's fighting for that, a whole new love for Andy that I'm like, you know what, Andy, you starting to look like you wash. You're doing the right thing. And so I also root for Andy now, and just so those would be my key players. Of course, the young ones coming up, I'm like, y'all are gonna get your shine, wait a little bit, but those would be my, and ultimate, clearly Serena Williams. It's like when she plays, I'm nervous for her. I'm always nervous anytime she starts a match, so I go through all of those emotions with her. So
I'm just gonna say, I think we have found, when you or I are on vacation, I think we have found our guest host. I think we have found our guest host.
Yeah, I think so. Because right there, folks, if that don't tell you nothing, I don't think that will. The boy looked like he done washed, y'all. He looked like he done washed.
Well, come on, say it ain't. Listen, now I know y'all was looking at him just like that too. You cannot tell me he wasn't looking like that.
He was looking a little shady.
You're right. And my mother would be like, Karima, that's not right. Andy is, and I'm just like, he looked dirty. So, but like I said, I embrace Andy now. I enjoy his game. He's got a little bit of wine in him, but I'm okay. I'm okay.
There you go. So, there you go. Well, I tell you what, I feel like I may know the answer to this next question here as it relates to what episode are you waiting for us to do? It might be folk that need to wash. Hey, if you ain't got your stuff right, Karima gonna let you know. Go
Listen.
get clean.
And listen, and I can go down the list of some of the players that I'm just like, now you making all this money because now you don't want a grand slam.
Right.
When are we getting proactive for that face? I need to know. And y'all know who I'm talking about. Watch. Look, y'all are kind of like, who is it? Who is it?
But I know who you're talking about.
Listen, I won't say her name at all. I won't because, but every time they zoom in and I'm just like, really, Garbine? I mean, you know what? Come on. But listen, the episode that I would like, who I want y'all to tell their story, hear their story, is Taylor Townsend. Because I've been, stuck in world team tennis because we ain't got no other tennis going on aside from UTS.
Right.
But her journey, and I just want to hear from her because we don't really get to hear from her, but we hear everyone talking about her.
Right.
And what she needs to be doing, who she needs to have in her corner, what weight loss system is she going to be going on, because that's a real thing. It is. I mean, she can get around for sure. Like she's doing it, and I understand her struggle in that. And I do agree that she needs to get a better coach. Leave the young family, but I understand there's probably this connection or whatever, but even if Patrick said, listen, Taylor, because you playing the kind of game I would love to, harness and stuff, take her, I just see big things for Taylor. So that would be one that I would really just be interested, because I know she's had a tough road and unfair and has been treated unfairly, really. Like I still hear Navatarola and Davenport talk about, and that just crushes me because I understand what that struggle is when it comes to the weight and everything.
Right.
But but of course that she got to handle that too on her part. But also I think the guidance and just that just, I just want to hug her. Yeah. But she is killing it on World Team Tennis. Okay, can we talk about it?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. One of the things that we've been talking about is that to be a top player, it's so much more than just the natural ability. It's the work ethic, it's the dedication, it's the who your surrounding campus, your coach, or, your supporters. And I want to let you know, we have reached out to Taylor because as anybody who's listened to our show knows, we're big fans of hers. And things are probably just like really busy for her right now, but we're hoping one day to get her on the show because like you, we think she probably has a very interesting story to tell.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. So, hey, Taylor, we tried to get you, baby. We trying to find you.
Call me.
So exactly. Okay. Call me.
Look, and as the kids, DM me,
Right.
Exactly.
Oh man. Well, Karima, go ahead, Bryce.
No, I was going to just say the same thing. It's been just these few minutes on the show with you have been a blast, and I can totally, like I said, you think I'm joking about you being a guest host. You are people, and we want to show the world that there's sisters on tennis too.
Okay.
More to come on that, but we just want to open it up. Is there any other thing, any final words you want to give out there?
Ooh, let me think. No.
In particular, let's give some shout outs because I believe there's a little something that you got going on that I think our listeners need to know about.
Well, listen, I do have a podcast called The Sports Connect with I do this with my friend Dawn, and we're super green to this. Very green. I mean, granted, we just recorded our 20th episode. Yay for us. And you can find it on any place you can get podcasts, we're there. It's called the Sports Connect. But, you know, we talk all sports pretty much. We just kind of give our little blurbs on it and what we think, yada, yada, yada. Nowhere near, like, I can't even touch tennis to that extent because, and that's also what I find listening to y'all, because you know so much about tennis and the rules and things like that. As again, I'm just a spectator. I know most of the rules, but y'all have also educated me just listening and like, oh, that's what that tournament's all about, or this is how this ranking works, or, you know, just little things like that that I can pick up that I didn't know about. So I appreciate y'all, and I'm so glad that y'all are out there and doing this. And hey, almost is it a year yet coming up, you know? So I think it's fabulous, and I love you guys. So, and I don't even know you. Look.
Well, we love you too, Karima.
Yes.
Let me let you know. We so appreciate you and just all the continued support that you've provided to Brothers on Tennis. We cannot say enough of again how much we just think the world of you.
Well, thank you, and same to you guys. Really, really, it's been a blast. And listen, I go to every U.S. Open, so y'all get to New York. Come next U.S. Open.
2021.
Believe me, I will find you. Just know that.
Oh, we will find you.
I was about to say exactly. All right. Well, Karima, once again, thank you so much for being on this fan appreciation episode, and I know that we will be talking to you again very soon.
Hey, hope so. All right. Thank you guys, though. Really.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, folks. I'm so excited to talk to my man. We've got my boy Raheem, someone I have known for, good Lord, I think it's been like 20 years. And I mean, this brother has just been with us from the start, Bryce. I mean, he has been listening when we needed listeners to help us tweak this show. And I am so excited to have my man on the call. Bryce, talk to us about Raheem, man.
Look, I'm going to just give a very recent example. I was talking the other day to my coach, Brian, and he said to me, how can I get a Brothers on Tennis hat? I saw Raheem. He was rocking a Brothers on Tennis hat. I ain't got one. How can I get one? So
right?
I appreciate Raheem for not only listening to the podcast and being, you know, valuable like that. He's rocking the gear. So you got to love that, right?
Exactly, man. Raheem, what's up, man? How are you, man?
Man, I'm doing good. Man, I wasn't sure if I should say anything to you guys about that incident with Brian, because I didn't want to get everybody mad, you know. Because he was like, man, I thought I was getting one too. So I knew he was gonna reach out to you guys. So.
Well, let me tell you how that worked out. That worked out really well because this past weekend, our merchandise went up online on our website. Right. And he was one of the first people to put in. Actually, he was the first person to put in an order. So it worked out really well.
Yeah, okay. And you know what? That makes sense, because he was like, man, you know, I need to get a hat. I was like, you know what? I don't know what yours is, but I know they're going to be online August 1st. Nice. So he was like, okay, cool. I'll be happy to support. So, man, that's good that he did that. I'm glad to hear that.
See, and this is why we love Raheem, because he out there promoting. He getting it done, folks. He getting it done.
You know what,
yes,
man?
Sir.
My hat, I've been wearing it every day. But, I mean, I've been hitting every day now. And, man, it's getting a little dirty. So I'm going to have to put some washing machine on it. But, man, yeah, I've definitely been representing.
That is awesome. And by the way, folks, Raheem got said hat because of the just everything that he's done for Brothers on Tennis from the start. When we initially started our recordings, and this was before our actual go live, Raheem was one of the folks that was listening to our shows, giving us feedback, letting us know, hey, maybe you could tweak this, maybe you can do this a little bit differently. And man, your feedback has just been tremendously helpful to us and getting to this point of being a year plus into the whole process, man. So thank you.
No problem, man. And I mean, I'm just proud of, man, of where you guys are, because I mean, you guys have from that first interview to where you guys are, it's like, wow, you guys are putting it down, man. It's really enjoyable.
So, Raheem, our listeners don't really know who you are. So, tell us, who Raheem is, where you located, a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm originally from Wilmington, North Carolina. And I mean, usually when I say that, people don't know. But so I usually just say, hey, it's the same place where Michael Jordan grew up.
Nice.
So we went to rival schools. Then everybody's like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, cool, okay. I guess it's cool because Jordan was there. But yeah, that's where I'm from originally from Wilmington, North Carolina. But man, I've been in California now for over 30 years. So I can't even claim North Carolina anymore. I'm pretty much all California now. And right now I'm living in Buena Park. So I'm just loving this Cali weather, man, and just being able to play, tennis as much as possible. So yeah.
Yeah, man, well, awesome. And I know you well because of course you and I hit for a good Lord, like the last 10 plus years or something like that. It's been off and on, but yeah, man, this brother can play, y'all.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's either for me, it's like either family, tennis, or software development because I'm a software engineer. So, I mean, if I'm not playing tennis, I'm doing programming. But I would say, man, tennis is my first love. And if I didn't have to work, that's what I'd be doing every day.
Nice. I love that. I love that, brother. So, Raheem, tell us this. So, of course, you've been with us from the start. Talk to us about just in regards to the podcast and what we represent. What is it that kind of appeals to you as it relates to Brothers on Tennis?
You know what? I think, man, what I like most about it is I remember when you first told me about it. We had just finished beating each other up on the court. And we were just sitting there, chopping it up like we always do.
Right.
We were like, man, we're just going to do a podcast. It's going to be pretty much just like this, how we just chop it up. And I was like, you know what? Right from the bat, I was like, man, that's going to be a good idea. That's a great idea. And I would say, man, that's what I enjoy most about it is because it just seems like, man, we're just having a conversation on the court. And you guys are just like, it feels like almost like I'm there with you guys. So that's the main thing that I like about it. And then I also like the fact that, I can catch you guys on, IG. Lately I've been on the IG Live. That's where I've been catching you guys, as I'm scrolling through. And so, man, that's been definitely nice as well.
So we hear that you're a player. And Raheem, I don't think we've ever played, have we? I mean, I don't think we've been.
I think we played doubles maybe once, man, years ago.
One time, it was a long time ago.
Yeah,
it was a long time ago. Yeah. So I'm sure you're better now. I'm sure I maybe got a little better, but yeah, it's been a while.
I would not say that. I would not say that at all. But tell us about the game. What's your game like?
Man, I would say, man, my game, man, is it's up and down. I have days, man, when I go out there and I'm just like balling. I feel like, man, I probably can go pro with this. But then other days I'm like, nah, you're not quite ready. So for me, man, it's just like, I have my good days, I have my bad days, but I say overall, I just like to bang, and I heard you like that too, Bryce. I just like to hit the ball, hard as possible, and just try to beat you down that way with a lot of top spin and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, Raheem's game is rough, y'all. I mean, he's got a lot of spin on his shot. Raheem is strong. Let me just be very clear. Not only does he say his passion is tennis, but he might as well say his passion is the workout room as well. Because Raheem is ripped and he's strong and he can nail the ball. I mean, just as hard as anybody out there. So yeah, you got game, brother. You got game.
Yeah, so it's work in progress, and then the main thing for me is just trying to keep it under control. So man, always trying to that's I would say that's my Achilles heel. The power is nice, but then something you got to be able to keep it in too. So that's my ongoing challenge. That's my ongoing challenge.
We share that problem.
Okay. So you understand then.
Right. I'm like, as long as I keep it inside the fence, that works, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Come on, man. It's just a little bit out. Come on, play it.
Right, just a little bit. Oh man.
So, tell us, Raheem, okay, so we know about your game. who are the professional players that you like, and or maybe you admire their game?
You know, I would say as far as technique, I gotta go with Federer. When I watch Federer, I'm just really looking for like his technique and like okay, that's what I'm gonna try to do right there because it's just consistent and that's what I need is consistency. But as far as entertainment value, I gotta go with Gael Monfils. I just love watching Gael. I mean, I don't even care if he wins anymore half the time. I just like I just say, oh, okay, man. Okay, he lost. Oh, okay, he won. Cool. But I just enjoy watching them play, man. He just, you never know what's coming. And right. I mean, you're just always on the edge of your seat. So I really love Gael Monfils for that reason. I would love to see him, win more titles. But man, I really appreciate just the entertainment value. So that's why I like him most. Yeah.
Well, I know you would definitely like the start of this year because you talk about somebody that came out on fire was Gael Monfils in 2020.
Man, good.
Man, he was looking good. I hated that this damn 2020 pandemic hit because I really feel like he was playing some almost championship level tennis, man. Oh, so good.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to get you guys. You think he's ever going to break out and start actually winning some, or is it just going to be just entertainment value?
I think, and we actually, it's funny enough, we had an episode. We've talked about Gael a few times. We had him. We talked about him on the Gael Tsonga episode, and we've even talked about it separately. I guess my personal opinion is I still think he has a shot at it. But it's going to take some serious dedication. I think that, the whole Jim's life and Svitolina has done him well. But yeah, he's got to get. The first thing he needs to do is beat Djokovic, and I'll turn it over to Bryce on that.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, for all the men really on the tour, the big three have been just a wall, and so I think his best shot is a combination of maybe Federer retiring and Nadal maybe slowing down a bit. And then he's got to prove that he can beat Djokovic. And I know he almost did it earlier this year, but that 0-17, I mean,
that's rough.
Yeah, that's a head issue now.
Yeah, exactly. All up in the cranium.
And then he has to worry about the age creeping up on him. So I feel like he has to, kind of break out and try to do it in the next couple of years.
Right. Oh, yeah. Absolutely agree, brother. Absolutely. So Raheem, real quick, man. So you've been, like I said, you've been ride or die with us from the beginning. I know that we've done and we've covered a lot of topics on our podcast, but what's something that you would want us to either think about or look into, or just an episode you're waiting for us to pop out there? Is there anything that you can throw at us that we really should be pursuing?
I might have missed this because you might have done it, but I would love to see something related to like the mental game. Who do you think is the strongest mentally? And then let's break that down because I mean that's the area, like I mentioned earlier, that I would feel that I struggle with the most is that mental game.
You and me both. Yeah. Ooh, that's a good one, Raheem. I like that. I like that a lot, in fact.
Yeah. The closest we've come to that is when we did the whole build the perfect player. Right. And I think we had one of the categories was like mental toughness. But no, I think we absolutely could do an episode out there on that because there are some beasts. I mean, and some of the immediate people that come to mind for me are, Rafael Nadal on the men's side. On the women's side, Serena, of course. Yeah. But even if you talk about the new crop, that's Sophia Kenin.
That's who came to mind for me, Bryce, is that damn Sophia Kenin, man. You may not like her, may not like them antics on the court, but I tell you what, that mental, man, she like, I ain't gonna lose to you.
Right. So that's a good idea, Raheem. I like that,
Rob. Yeah, brother.
Yeah. And then cool. And make sure you hit me up when y'all record that one because I need that
one. Right.
Oh man.
I need that one. And I would say the other thing I really liked that you guys did was the locker room. And I did mention this to Isaac, man. What I liked about that one was, man, that the fact that if you guys could do more than that, it was more like interactive where the audience could get involved through the chats. And so, man, that was really fun.
That is great to hear. And you know, right now, as you know, it's just kind of in a beta type stage. But I think we're hoping in the next couple of months that it's going to go live in production. And when it does, we're going to fully promote it at that point, because that really is kind of our pattern. When we do a podcast, it's just kind of us recording, and, you know, we kind of have what we plan to talk about. But right now, us doing that weekly show on Wednesdays at 5:00 p.m. Pacific time in Locker Room, it's really about engaging with the listeners. And, you know, we have a little agenda in case we need to talk about a few things, but we basically want to talk about the things that the listeners want to talk about. And we've had a blast with it so far.
Absolutely.
Yep.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I was gonna say one other thing I meant to mention is, man, the other thing I like about you guys is that, man, your voices, man. I mean, your voices are just, man, they just like radiate. they radiate. I mean, there's no like, you know, you listen to some people and, you know, you kind of doze off a little bit, but with you guys, man, yeah, there's no dozing off, man. You just gonna be into it. You go, you know. So that's the thing I really like, is the way you guys interact with each other, man. It's really cool.
Well, I'm very fortunate. I get to record a podcast with the guy with the golden voice. So
come on now.
It's about that singing voice.
I love that.
It's about that singing voice. You know, it comes out.
Y'all stop. And with that, we're going to wrap this thing up. Raheem, hey, man, first of all, of course, you my dog, you my boy, been that for a long, long time. Before we wrap things up, is there just anything you wanna say to the audience, listeners? Floor is yours, my man.
Man, I would just say, man, just keep doing what you guys are doing. And I don't know. Sometimes I watch. On this IG, I only follow a couple of people. It's like you guys, Black Girls Code, and then I follow this Bonnet Chronicles. Okay, I'll go ahead and admit it. But because sometimes I just like her, man, because she's funny, man. But then sometimes, man, she drops some wisdom. So I'm gonna pass on something to you guys that I heard her last say, and that was basically like, you know, when you ask for growth, and you're asking, you know, hey, what can we do to, you know, do things differently, do things better? You know, she was saying basically, man, just be ready. And it's not going to necessarily be easy. It's going to be like where, okay, you're going to have challenges, but that's part of it. And so when those challenges come, just know that, hey, you're on the right track, and just keep moving and just keep doing what you guys are doing, man, because, man, this is definitely a need for it, and I enjoy it.
Oh, what wonderful words. Love that, man. That's
right?
Awesome.
Right. Cool. Well, Raheem, like I said, brother, thank you so much for being a part of our fan appreciation. We, like I said, just really appreciate all the support that you have given and will continue to give as we keep pushing this thing forward.
All right. Hey, and can I get my shirt now? Is it on there? I can go ahead and get my
You can get it, bro. The website is up.
Right.
It's open, man. So you go and get out there once again. Website, www.brothersontennis.com, BRUTHAS. And man, shop till you drop, my brother.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Thank you guys, man.
Thank you, man. We appreciate it.
All right. Talk to you later.
Hey, we'd like to thank Karima and Raheem for coming on the show today. I mean, Isaac, how great was it to finally have some of our online fans, you know, chap it up with us?
Man, that was awesome. Like I said, I think it reminded me of when, again, we talked with Marsha and Mama Nancy. It's so great getting perspective from the listeners and just making sure that, you know, it helps us to feel good about what we are delivering out there. So, man, that was absolutely awesome.
I agree. And I just want to take this opportunity to remind the listeners of how many ways they have to engage with us. Obviously, we're all over social media. So with our Brothers on Tennis handle, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. In terms of the podcast, you can find us on literally any of the podcast platforms, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, Pandora, you name it. You can find us out there. And of course, if you can always go to our website. and that's www.brothersontennis, and that's BRUTHAS on tennis.com. And you can get the podcast there. You can see the bios on Isaac and I. You can look at our whole archive of episodes we've recorded in this previous year. And maybe most importantly, you now can shop there. We have our online merchandising store there. So you can get Brothers on Tennis hats, sweatshirts, t-shirts, dry fit shirts, hoodies, anything that you need to properly represent Brothers on Tennis in the streets.
Exactly.
What are you thinking?
Man, y'all better go and get out there and get you some merch. Quit playing around.
Exactly. Well, anyway, we just wanted to make sure that, once again, we are nothing without the listeners. We are nothing without the fans. And we thought there was no better way to celebrate our 1-year anniversary than with our listeners and fans. So we really hope that you've enjoyed this episode, and we hope that we'll be able to have these kind of episodes many more times in the future. So with that, we're going to go ahead and sign off. This has been your boy Bryce.
And this is your boy Isaac.
And we're Brothers on Tennis. Everyone have a good one.